because of the industrialization and the light manufacturing that was going on here in the area, going back over 100 years, this is where a lot of new immigrants really landed. And whether that was from Europe or eventually through the Great Migration or through things like Operation Bootstrap, which were bringing folks from the Caribbean, this is the area. Now, what we need to always remember is that we went through an industrialization period, then we went through a deindustrialization period. The reality is that most white immigrants had the time and the opportunity to have the jobs here and then to build up sort of a little bit of capital, to join a union and to move out of the area. Whereas folks of color came essentially at the end of that industrialization period. And so what you have is folks moving into an area that there were no more opportunities. A lot of that was gone by the time blacks and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans came to the area. As we saw everything from redlining around housing to a general divestment of businesses in the area, a lot of that business starting in the 70s started being replaced by the narcotics trade. And so what we have up here, one of the primary things is $1 billion industry based around drugs. And what comes with that also, not just the sales, but we have issues around homicides. We have some really chronic unhoused populations at this point. We have just an ongoing issue of people coming in from throughout the region, multiple states, multiple cities, to come here to use drugs. That's some of the context of what is going on here and why we have to tailor our work to both deal with those that are suffering from being unhoused, suffering from addiction issues, and also really making sure that we're supporting long-term residents who are already dealing with, so you could say, the epidemic that is going on here in terms of drugs and poverty and housing issues, and then adding all of the other elements that can come into play here, including the pandemic most recently.